Minasan konnichiwa san desu. So today we are going to have a question and answer portion with all of your questions on TikTok, or at least a majority of your questions. So the first common question I often get is, what apps do I use to practice or to, let's say, talk with strangers or talk in Japanese? I use HelloTalk, Yay, and Mound. I don't use Yay that much anymore because toxic people has grown a lot there, so I really don't recommend it. HelloTalk is like the best option for this situation, especially because people don't mind if you can't speak Japanese that well because they also want to learn English, so it's like a win-win. So while they're trying to understand you, you're also trying to understand them, if you get what I mean. How old was I when I started learning Japanese? I was 14 years old and now I am 17 years old, going 18 this year. Now, how many years did it take me to learn Japanese? Well, if we're speaking about learning Japanese, I'm still learning until now. But if we're talking about how long did it take me to be able to converse, to speak, to make my own sentences and stuff like that, or to construct, it took me around roughly 6 months. 6 months with a lot of hard work. Where do I learn slangs? Now, I learn slangs from Japanese people, of course. Of course, you can learn it on anime, social media, but it's really way better to have a friend who is Japanese because they know their slangs the best because it's their language and they are the modern people. You can learn like slangs like skippy とかあるし、それなとかあるし、あとなんやろ、とにかくいろいろ勉強できるから、日本人の友達がいたらその方が絶対なんかいろんなことを勉強になると思います。How do I find the motivation to learn Japanese? Now, having the motivation to learn Japanese is like, it's kind of difficult to answer that question. Like, it's both simple and difficult because motivation is something that works for yourself. My motivation can be your motivation, but it can be different. You know, it can work for you, it cannot work for you. For my motivation, it was really about anime. That time it was like anime was such a strong hold on me. It was also the fact that I had a foster sister before it became the pandemic, before I learned Japanese, and I had this strong urge to really want to communicate with her in Japanese, even though she came to the Philippines just to learn English. But yeah, I had that motivation, and also, well, it's different for everybody, but my mom, she said that if I could speak Japanese, she could possibly take me to Japan one day, and I strongly held to that motivation, and I really tried to learn as much as I can. So that depends on you guys. If what motivation works on you. It can be anime, it can be J-pop, it can even be like I don't know, it can be anything, it can be a lot of things. What's a good study routine to help stay focused and progress at the same time? Truly, personally, in my opinion, I think that it's really to find something you're interested in as study material, and that would be anime for me. For me, it was a lot on anime. It was also a lot on talking to strangers in Japanese. Even though I wasn't that good in Japanese yet at that time, I found it really fun talking to strangers in Japanese, even though I couldn't really speak that well. But, well, that's just what helped me. Like, that's what motivated me. Japanese people are so nice. They don't mind me making mistakes, and their reactions are very interesting, even though sometimes it's like overreacting. But it's what motivated me. Like, 日本語めっちゃうまいですねって言われたらすっごい嬉しいになるんだけど、建前かどうかそれ私にとってそんなに関係なかったし、別に嬉しいと思うならそれはモチベーションになれると思います。Where did I enroll Japanese? Because I also mentioned that I had like online classes. I enrolled in JapZone, and to be honest, I'm not so sure if it's still valid or not. But if you tell them that Aida-san recommended you to join Japzone, you might get a discount. I hope that's still bad. I hope that still works. I'm not so sure. Now that's it for today's question and answer because I haven't received that much questions. I just tried to compile the repeated questions and the questions I've been asked before. If you want more of that, then please comment down below so I can include them in another video. And yeah, soon I'll be making a video about tips and advices on how I learned Japanese. Most of my question and answers already contain tips, but if you really want to know more about how I personally learned, because everybody has a different way of learning a language, and to me I feel like the way I learned was practically rushed. It's not the same as other people who study a language and they're very studious. They have so many books they write, take a lot of notes. I did those, but I wouldn't really open my book and I don't really read. And I know that'sちゃんとどうやって日本語勉強したのって言われても、もう本当にね、自分でも分かんないんだよね。だから私にとって私のモチベーションはすっごいめっちゃ強いポイントだったから、そのおかげで日本人の友達いろんな人と話してて、知らないの人と友達と知り合いとかそういう人と会って話して友達とか仲良くなったら褒めてくれるし、悪口に言われるかもしれないし、いろんな経験もらうんだけど、いい経験か悪い経験かどうかそれが関係なく、とにかくね、これ全部モチベーションになるから、そのモチベーションを持って日本語頑張って勉強しましょうよ。これ絶対に効くと思います。自分と私に信じてください。私にとってそういうことを聞いたけどね、他の人は分かんないけど、私に聞いたらあなたにも聞くかもしれません。And that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching and I love you guys. Bye bye.